after schooling, college, right? And also school, I want to understand what games you used to play. What sports were you interested in at that time?
Okay. So I did my graduation from IIT Delhi. That was very, I would say, very interesting period because the kind of competition you have in IIT is what makes IIT the place what it is. I think this was from 91 to 95. The total intake of all IITs today is probably nearly 15,000, but those days was only some 13,000-14,000. We'll put people who probably only stood first in their own classes or in their own schools, and suddenly you put them together. Somebody has to be at the top of the list and somebody will be at the bottom of the class. You can imagine the kind of changes which people go through. But I think it's that struggle which makes the place what it is renowned for. And it's that struggle, I think, which makes people equipped to succeed later in life. And that is what I feel. I mean, I think one of the reasons why people who have passed out from various IITs, they've succeeded either in US or in their own enterprises, whether it is in India or abroad, is primarily the competition which they go through. You have to learn to succeed in spite of all odds. I think that is what that place teaches you. Of course, it also, Delhi that way was a great combination of various things. I used to kind of, I would say, master of none but jack of all sports.
Okay.
You get to play tennis, you get to play badminton, you get to play TT or even a bit of cricket. So one could kind of basically look at and experiment with almost every sport, and that made it interesting. The social life also was very, very interesting because the year in which I joined IIT, that was the year when Priya Theatre opened in Delhi. Priya is something which became PVR.
PVR, yes.
Because they tied up with the Village Roadshow of US, and then it became Priya Village Roadshow. So that had just come up. I remember probably joined in August, and September it opened up. I mean, it was something which India had not seen earlier. Every weekend, almost all of us were there. And the interesting part was that everybody was in those front 4-5 rows. Only the student who had a girlfriend was allowed to sit in the back rows. But everybody else had to buy a 5 rupee ticket and in the front row. Life was very interesting, and I must say it was probably the best part of my own life, I would say.